seems like I always apologize for this, and it seems like, you know, we're such a small group out there that's going to get good. So I brought this thing to show you. This is 2017 convention registration, total hierarchy. At the top of the list is Bob and Red Buisson with 16,380 people. Every time I get recognized with this, you know, I'm always taking the trophies for the things that get recognized and pointing to everybody. So you see me pointing to it. You know, that means that's you guys, that's this team, that's the leaders that built this thing, right? Okay? So, I mean, most of y'all here from New Orleans, y'all know I'm just a dumbass skate. We're trying to motivate the hell out of it. You know? Some ass kids like that. Listen, I work with great computers, because I do these long-ass interviews with people, you know, and everybody told me, please, son, you got the longest presentation, man. You can't do that. You're the worst closer I ever saw. You ain't even a good salesman. All these people have been saying all this crap about me for years while I'm hauling all my money to the bank. Tells you something about people. People don't know what the right things are to look for in people.
That's right.
I still got all the old timers saying, please, son, just like this, that's up here. I've always outworked everybody I've ever been around.
Hello, OWE.
Outwork everybody.
Mark Williams used to say, and all of y'all have heard this, right? They ain't never developed a test to measure the heart of a person, or the intangible things. It's not me patting myself on the back. I was lucky as hell, okay? When I was in the second grade, my best friend, a guy named Gerald Landry at St. Rose de Lima Elementary School. Y'all know what that is? Yeah. It's an Esplanade fraud. Yeah, Esplanade fraud.
Yeah.
You know, he came into school one Monday morning. He said, "Bobby," he says, "my daddy took me to the..." Oh, he's just one of these excited for the young guys. He said, "Bobby, my daddy brought me to the playground this weekend and signed me up for the baseball team, and the coach over there, he's a new coach, and he said they ain't got enough players at our age group to have a team, so he said, go to school and get the people that stay after school, they play football and baseball and this kind of thing together, and the athletic kind of guys, you know, and bring them over here so we can have a team." And he looked at me, he pointed his finger at me, and he says, "Man, you'd really be good at this, and man, we're going to have fun." And you know, he was 8 years old, and I was 8 years old. And that's the first time, and some of y'all been around a while, you've heard some of this stuff before, right? You didn't expect anything new from me, did you? Why the hell do you think I'm going to change something that worked? Yeah, we got all these competitors in this business, and we all compete, and this isn't designed to pat me on the back. I'm going to try to get to, you know, maybe the point of this whole thing I'm going to talk about tonight is, this is a simple business. It ain't easy, but it's simple, right? And you know what? I recognized years later when I started writing my book, which, by the way, I got 100 chapters on now. I started writing my book and thinking about some of this stuff, and I said, you know, that's the first time I can remember the most important quality that we have to have as recruiters in the business, which is, who wants to tell me what it is? If you want to be a great recruiter, you got to believe in people more than they believe in themselves.
That's right,
And I said, that's the first time I can remember, besides my mom and dad. Gerald Landry said, "You'd really be good." Well, yeah, we just played ball out in the schoolyard. I mean, we weren't doing anything great, you know? And, you know, I walked away from that thing and said, God, you know, inside of me, I'm 8 years old, you know, inside of me I'm going, man, I'm all swelled up, you know. For the rest of the day I was all swelled up because my best friend said, "Man, Bobby, you'd really be good at this, and man, we're going to have fun." See, we ain't nothing, and all the people you're talking to, and I mean, mainly this is for the new people, not all these superstars that you see coming already got recognized, okay? We ain't nothing but a bunch of little kids that grew up 2 feet. You You need to tell that to everybody you ever talk to from now on for the rest of your life. Man, you really be good at this, and we're going to have fun. Because ain't nobody having fun out there, no adults, right? And you look at the men. I started, I made this outline out, I probably won't really follow it, but, you know, it's a simple business. You know, those people are the same people that when they were this big, they have all the same insecurities, self-doubts, frustrations, and all the things that they had when they were little, right? But we dress up pretty, we've learned how to put on a show, and we've learned how to act. You know, we act positive all the time, and we go to, you can go to your room tonight, or you went last night, and you laid in the bed and said, tell everybody I'm so tired, I'm excited, I'm the only one stinking out to play. Now raise your hand if you can relate to that. Now maybe some of y'all have passed that, but raise your hand. Come on, put your hand up high and look around the room. And the ones who ain't got their hand up, they're lying. Because we all beat ourselves up, right? Now, I know we all trying to be positive and we preach that stuff, and that really works, by the way, right?
Right.
But nonetheless, we got to grow into that, right? We got to grow into believing in ourselves. See, mostly young people at this convention are eaten up with self-doubt. And this is going to be somewhat of a frustrating experience unless we can get their heads on right. Because they're going to come and hear everybody cheering and everybody having a great time and all that kind of stuff. And they think that they're the only ones stinking up the place. You know, can anybody relate to that? Raise your hand up. All right. That's baloney. We all went through that. Okay? And we got to believe in them more than they believe in themselves, right? Until, you see, most of these young people, you know what they're doing? They're adding people every once in a while to their team, right? They're in the addition. We just had an MIT at my house. And inside the barn, Rick snuck this thing in on me. She found this map, like Glenn's going to show you all a map of the company, you know. It's a map of the United States and Canada, and it shows up in the map. We had the MIT people come in like they always do, and they looked up at this new canvas thing we got hanging on the ceiling on the wall. It shows the Buisson family hierarchy, 2,416 RVP offices all over the United States and Canada. Wow. And they were coming over there all excited about being RVPs, you know, and they're going, whoa, he's expanded their vision a little bit more. So if you bust your butt, I'm in my 46th year in the business, right? I started in 1972. 5 years before we started the A.O. Williams Company. He spent 5 years in Columbus, Georgia, and he moved to Atlanta, and I was the first full-time person that he hired when he came to Atlanta in 1972. I worked at A.O. Williams in 1972, and 73, and 74, and 75, and 76 before we started the A.O. Williams Company in 77. Art spent 5 years before he came over here. He's the icon of the business. He spent 5 years as a part-time salesman and became a very good salesperson. He wasn't no great, fantastic recruiter. He was a great motivator. After 5 years part-time in the business, they enticed him to go full-time, and he brought one person with him to Atlanta. And we beat the hell out of ourselves. He's the icon of the business, and we beat the hell out of ourselves because we're not doing as well as we like to do. And we go, I've been in business 2 years and I'm not RVP yet, right? Yep. It's like baloney. You know, we gotta realize that this, you know, right now our base shop stand up, our new base shop. Y'all stand up, our base shop with the gray shirts on. And, you know, we got some really great people here. Now, ain't none of them doing what they want to do yet right now. That's right. But I tell you what, these are some really good people, and we're excited about their futures, you know. And so, everybody goes through the same stuff, right? This is a simple business. It ain't an easy business, but it's a simple business. And I don't know what's going to happen to the world economy, to the United States economy, to the Canadian economy. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 years or 5 years or 10 years. And you know, we don't really, there's not much we can do to control that, is there?
Thank you.
My mama came from a big family in New Orleans, and I think they had 10 kids. And as she grew up, and as she and her brothers and sisters started to build their families in the late 1940s. I was born in 1945, the year the bombs fell on Japan, and hit Hiroshima and Nagasaki, right? And whenever the family would get together, you know, my mama's family, they'd get together and they'd talk about their older brother. You know, in the late 40s and the 50s and the 60s. And they'd always bring his name up. A lot of times he wouldn't come to family events or anything like that. And they'd talk about how he just, you know, he comes home from work and he sits in the rocking chair and he just rocks and rocks and rocks. And he's talking about worrying about an A-bomb falling on his head. You know? And they talk about how he's just wasting his life, sitting there worrying about this atomic bomb that's going to fall. And well, you know, for years it never happened. When he lived, he was 90 years old. And see, we worry a lot too, don't we? And we worry about all the things that can happen, or all the things. Right now, you look at, I mean, you look at the world we're in right now. We think we're paying a hell of a price, right? You got to pay a hell of a price. Because, you know, we're all the center of our own universe. And this dang thing's hard, isn't it? It's supposed to be hard to make $100 grand. It's supposed to be hard to make $1 million bucks. And so, I mean, I've sat when I was 28, 29 years old. I'd sit with people who were 45 and 50 years old, and I'd talk with them, and then they'd come in and say, oh, you know, I just got to get out of this thing. It says it's working, man, you know. And you know, they'll go out and talk to 5 or 6 people, and they can't make a sale. And say, I told you I should have gotten this guy. You guys talked me into getting this. I don't have the right personality. I told Art Williams that when I first. He said, "What were you, when you came out of your mom? What were you, a basketball player?" No, you had to learn how to do that, right? Just like you have to learn how to do everything. And so, this is really a simple business, but man, it's overwhelming. If you're in a technology thing this afternoon, how many of y'all went to the technology thing? My Lord, I'm just overwhelmed by all the technology. I'm glad I got in before y'all did. Compete with you. So I have a feeling I would have learned the technology if that's what I was doing right now. And do you know that out of 10 million people we recruited since I've been in this business, 5 million of them quit before they ever got a license? You know? I tell that to senior leaders in the business and they get shocked. 5 million of them quit before they ever got a license. They paid the money just like you and me, were just as excited as you and me. But they quit before they even got a license. Why is that? Well, you see, one of the things we have to understand is that 85% of the people on the planet Earth have never done anything but average and ordinary their entire lives. And that's what you're talking to. When you're talking to 500 or 1,000 people, all the people at this convention, everybody's shaking their head when we talk about these concepts that we talk about, because they're easy concepts to understand. But they're hard to implement, right? You know, every single self-help book that's ever been written says the same thing. They all say the same thing, except for the difference in the stories that they tell, the personal stories they tell. So I think, you know, one of the chapters in my book starts off, I'm doing a Cajun version. It starts off by saying, your dumb ass ain't going to get rich reading no self-help book. What you got to do is put the stuff in the book into action. By the way, I'm not kidding you. I just hired a technical guy, what do you call it? Technology guy. And about 3 weeks ago, I set up a Twitter account. Twitter account?
Is it Twitter?
Okay, so I got a Twitter account. I've been telling people for years that I've been writing on a book, you know, and they said, when are you going to come out with your book? Actually, I'm writing a series of books. I already got 100 chapters written. And so the guy's starting to teach. I said, show me how you get on Twitter. You know, so he shows me how to get on Twitter. So I started talking to Bo and Bobby and Gail and Red. and their wives, and I said, I'm gonna get a Twitter. I get that Twitter thing, and I start looking at it, and I pick some guy out, and I go, poof, 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 poof. You can follow his tweets all the way up to his first name tweet. And I did another guy like that, and I said, this is the boringest shit I ever read. I mean, it looks like everybody just they take a little motivational thing off the internet, and they put it over here with their picture on it, and then they retweet it.